Hi, friends. This is Jim Wortham. Welcome to my creative and new channel. Just put on a 4 or 5 recently. Just getting started in this. So if it seems like these are not real polishing art and I'm not editing them, okay. I, I did go ahead and remove 3 or 4 that I didn't think was up to par or may have been offensive to people. So it's been 2 days now. This might be the third day since I've left the video for you all. Okay, let's talk about what I'm doing to reverse my age, to get stronger, to build my bones, to get my mind working better. And this is not all that I plan to do. This is just a start. This is what I'm doing. I am not recommending any of this. I'm not one of those herbalists. Certainly not a doctor. This is just what I've learned seems to be working for me. Okay, I have high blood pressure and a couple things. There's 3 different things you can take that I can take that helps with my heart and blood pressure. Fish oil. I take about 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams, depending on um, where I buy it and if I get it from Amazon or not. And then coenzyme Q10. Those two together work real well. The third one is a LifeSyn, red yeast rice. Let me tell you a little bit about red yeast rice. The 3 of these that I've just mentioned, I took them for 2 months. I couldn't take statins. They made me feel like someone had a knife and was stabbing my back. I could hardly go to work. So I was at a health food store in Scottsburg, Indiana, and they told me about red yeast rice. And they showed me actual blood test results from people that took it a month or two and how they pulled it from high blood pressure down to the medium. Well, it worked for me. And when I told the doctor about it, he said, it's impossible. I'll never forget it. Then he took out his iPhone. Of course, everybody but people like me have an iPhone, I suspect. I know, only know, I'm a simple guy. I only use it for texting and talking. So no use me spending more than $50 for a cell phone. Getting all the minutes I need for $22 from Track Phone. They take $22 out of my account a month, and I get all the texts, all the phone calls. I can go on YouTube. I can do anything a person can do with a regular Android. Now, I don't know about iPhones. Red yeast rice, my doctor, he looked it up, and here's what he found. He said, Jim, you're right. Red yeast rice has all the benefits of a steroid without the side effects. So that takes care of the pulling my blood pressure down. Let's take a few other things. I want to tell you a corny commercial I see. You see it all the time, I'm sure. It's fruits and vegetables. This doctor has come up with the balance of nature. If you go and get those, they're going to look like this. Same color. This is not them. And he's going to give you a few percent off for buying online if you put a TV code in. And then after that, plan on approximately $80 to $100 a month. Well, I did a search and I found this brand to be equal. Veggies, fruit. The name of it is, I'm going to spell it, HORJOY. HORJOY. Fruits and vegetables for about a third of the price. I don't know, $35, $40 for both of them. I really think I can tell a difference. I feel the difference in that I can stay up longer. I'm more alert. I want to get up earlier. Let's go to another deal that I take. Okay, for the stomach, digestion, putting in good bacteria into your system, and I don't even know how to pronounce it. So I'll just put it up and you can just write it down. This is the third bottle I've bought from Amazon. Okay, for sleep, I used to take melatonin. I still do, but I have to take other things for sleep because I'm a big boy now. And the melatonin just doesn't work by itself. So I also take this sleep aids. And I'll let you experiment with what brand and what type of sleep aids over the counter. If you don't want to go that route, there's always, I used to use Tylenol PM, Excedrin PM, any of the ones, ibuprofen PM. Take a multiple vitamin. This is a cheap one I got for free. It'll have things that the fruits and vegetable bottles won't have in it. Talking about sleeping, this is generic Tylenol. And I find that that helps me fall asleep too. Let's take a few more vitamins here. Oil of oregano, 3,000 milligrams. All I can say is a girl once told me that I saw whenever she started getting sick, she took these. And it stopped the illness from getting worse. So I bought them. I don't take them every day whatsoever, not even every week. But if I feel a little bit off center, I'll take one or two during the day. Vitamin V3. What's that for? Well, it's for this time of year. When there's very little sunlight, this still gives you the amount of sunlight vitamins that you need. I'm not sure that it matters what brand. Well, of course, it matters what brand you get. You want to get the best brand that you know to get. But in this case, I bought them off Amazon, and being the wealthy man that I am, I go to the cheapest. Not wealthy. Okay, vitamin K2. Okay. That supports bone health. And I take calcium also. I don't have calcium down here because I take it in a gummy form. so I didn't toss it in. This helps the calcium get into the bone. How's that helping me? I can lift more. I can lift more now without any of my bones breaking. I haven't broken a bone since elementary school, and that was on the playground. I'm going to tell you about drinking. If you only drink one or two, you probably this won't hurt. This will help, but it won't be a necessity. Milk thistle. Milk thistle cleans the liver out. Even if you don't drink alcohol, milk thistle will clean out other garbage that we end up eating, like junk food. So that's part of my daily intake. What's this? Okay, garlic. Talking about high blood pressure. This is pretty well agreed on by the doctors that garlic without smell will lower your blood pressure. Now we're down to the very last thing that I got to tell you a story about this. I saw this guy years ago, and he said that Dr. Whitaker was living then. He had a mail order catalog of vitamins, but he also was a heart surgeon. He's passed away. When I call, just for fun, I got a sense of humor that most people don't catch on the first day. I call Whitaker up, his mail order firm and clinic, and I asked her. I said, I'm returning a phone call to Dr. Whitaker. He's got a newsletter. He's got all these vitamins. He even came out with a pill, and I didn't buy it. I should have. How you can pee like a teenager again. I should have bought that because they were almost giving it away free. Still can buy it. Um, he had something like this for eyes. Well, this man that I met at Goodwill told me that he was taking Dr. Whitaker's eye formula, pill form, not drinking, not gummies, pill form. He took them for about 3 months. Then all of a sudden, when he tried to read or drive, it was blurry. He wore glasses, prescription glasses, quite strong as far as what would you say? It wasn't any light condition. He had to have heavy duty glasses. That the big diagnosis that was given to him, and but all of a sudden he his eyes were blurring. So he thought he better go down and see the eye doctor, and he couldn't see very well while he was driving. He took his glasses off and could see perfectly. This is something, if you're not going to necessarily want to believe it, but it's true. He never wore glasses again. Now we're going back 5, 6 years ago. It was before COVID began. Way before that, we were in Saugatuck. I remember going to Saugatuck, Michigan that weekend. And I thought, man, you know, that stuff's expensive. I don't think I'm going to continue taking it. So I only took about 2 bottles and canceled it. Now, let me just say one thing. Since 16 years old, I've had to wear glasses, and it's been on the driver's license. Well, I'm not going to necessarily tell you how old I am now. That would spoil things. You can guess, if you guess between 50 and 80, between 60 and 80, between 70 and 80, you'll probably hit the mark. Um, I went to get the driver's license a year ago, renewed, and I put my glasses in my pocket when I don't read or drive. They said, "You don't wear eyeglasses, do you?" Well, my goodness, it was on the. She was holding my driver's license. It said restricted. So I sure do. I have them in my pocket. She says, "Let's try giving you a eye test without you putting those on." I passed the test with flying colors. Okay. I added this. Healthy eyes. Now, there's a lot of eye vitamins. Who would think there were eye vitamins? Why would you even think someone would think you could have vitamins for your eyes and it would help them? Isn't that what the eye doctors do? They give you the right lens and do operations on your eyes. Hey, while we're on this, a year ago I went to a medical doctor that was eye surgeon, had his own shop, still does here in Madison, Indiana. He he had me line up for the highest level of operation that was going to probably cost around $6,000 minimum, minimum 6,000, about 3,000 per eye. If I let Medicare pay for it, it would have been free, but it would have been the lowest level. And I supposedly would need to wear glasses sometimes, depending on if I was driving at night and this, that, and the other. So I canceled it because I went to 2 other doctors. Did we ever talk about this in another video I did? 3. Get 3 diagnoses before someone cuts on you. Not diagnoses, evaluations. The first one that was going to charge $6,000, and I don't know if that would have been 6,000 above what Medicare paid for free, because they pay for the basic level. You got 2 other levels above that, so he'd probably gotten paid what Medicare would have paid on the basic level plus another 6,000. Okay, so I went to Walmart. Told you I was rich. And I went to the eye doctor there, paid him what it was, and Medicare actually paid me back. It was less than $100. I'd say it was about 60 to 70. He said you won't need any operations on your eyes for 3 to 5 years. When I went to a friend of mine that he's had his own eye clinic, owned it for, well, he's my age. He should be retired too, but he only works 2 days a week. He said, "You're not going to need any eye." Well, he looked. I carry a pair sometimes. He looked at them. He said, "You're not going to need any eye surgery for 3 to 5 years or longer." That guy wanted a few dollars for Christmas. So This is my regiment. I do take a few prescriptions. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I take something like Nexium or one of these that's now over the counter. I take these. It's good if I took them once a day, probably. They say don't take them every day, but I do have a lot of acid. Have had um, acid problems since I was in college. It's been a few years. So I don't classify that as much as a vitamin, so I wasn't going to bring that up. But if I don't mention this, that I have acid reflux, that a lot of you are thinking, well, what do you do if you have heartburn all the time? I get Chewies also. You can get Chewies from Walgreens. I get them from Walmart. Uh, they're antacid Chewies, really tasty, different flavors. That'll kill the heartburn immediately. But I go for this. If it's urgent, I'll get a Chewy or desperately. There's always Tums, but Tums does they do have a they used to have a chewy one. I'm talking about round ones like M&Ms. So this is where you do your own shopping around, and you can come back and tell me uh, if you found something that I should try. Well, thanks for listening to me. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to. If you want to give a thumbs up, feel free to. And if you want to subscribe, I'm specifically going to select items that I think are beneficial, helpful in some way, not so much entertaining as helpful. I hate the word educational, but along the lines of the ones you'll see that I've already left. And I'm gonna get a better hat than this. This is one I got off Amazon and it's a little bit large. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good, well, by the time you see this, it'll be after Thanksgiving and maybe even after Christmas. It is now November the 20th, 2023, 6:22 p.m. God bless.